It would take us hours and hours and hours to walk you through all the features inside of Command. There's thousands of features inside of Command right now. So we're just giving you guys a few of the things that have happened recently and that we're pretty excited about. And so if you want to see more of what Command can do, again, you can actually go play with it. You can log into it tonight. Just go to agent.kw.com, and we have breakout specifics. But one of the things we do want to talk about on this same topic is everything we just talked about today, whether it was organic, whether it was social media, whether it was PPC, whether you agreed with the PPP model or the PPC model, whether you believe in the direct mail or social media campaigns, whether you want to be on Google, it doesn't matter. You can do all of that right now inside of Command, and I don't know if a lot of people know that. And so you can actually, this is actually what Campaigns looks like. You can go in, you can actually run paid ads, you can run direct mail campaigns. This is what was alluded to in the panel earlier. You can go in Designs, make a direct mail postcard or flyer. You can then export that and put that inside of your campaign and direct mail out into a specific area or mass. In addition to that, you can do that same thing, build a campaign, do Facebook ads, organic posts. You can also run PPC campaigns. Well, another thing you can do in Command is all of those campaign touches, whether it be direct mail, social media, Facebook, PPC, you can actually go in Command and build a landing page and drive all of that traffic back to a curated landing page around that campaign. So let me give you a specific example. Let's say I wanted to create a campaign around what's happening in Barton Creek. So I'm going to go out and create a social media asset in Designs, a direct mail asset inside Designs, a Facebook post inside Designs, and it's going to be about my team, my brand, both direct mail and social media. And so I'll be like 3 things you didn't know about Barton Creek. And that's going to drive them back to a landing page called joshteam.com/Barton Creek. And that whole page is going to be around information around Barton Creek that I got from dragging and dropping inside Command with a big call to action that says, would you like to learn more about what's going on Barton Creek or stay informed? Fill out this form. And all of that can happen right now inside of Command. So you can create infinite amount of campaigns, and they can go full soup to nuts and stays inside of Command around those campaigns right now.
Yeah, and these campaigns, they don't just have to focus on people you're trying to bring in. They can focus on the people that are there along with it. Remember, guys, the third-party aggregators have sold real estate agents. They sold us over 200 million leads last year. There's only 5.7 million sales, so you're forced to ask, who are all the people they're selling us? They're your people. They're just selling them to each other. They're selling Josh's leads to Gary, and they're selling Brian's leads to Nick, and they're redistributing your wealth, not $1 at a time, but one person at a time. You got to take your people back.
That's right. One of the things we're also excited about, as you can see, when you run those campaigns, we actually show you all the different channels. So this is the first time that we've seen that someone can actually log in and see their multi-channel campaign across social media, direct mail, PPC, and how that's performing side by side so that you can easily turn off, turn on, or change the variables about your campaign so you get smarter and more judicious and purposeful about your dollars that you're spending inside these campaigns. You can also go in and build beautiful social media campaigns inside of here. It takes a few clicks. I'm not going to go into the details of this. Again, everyone's going to fall asleep if I do, so I apologize. I personally could geek about this forever. But the cool part here is you can actually have your social media campaign and your social media calendar. And it connects with multiple profiles now. So you can actually go in and have a dozen different Facebook profiles for your team or different agents or however that's set up. Schedule your posts, and off to the races you are. Today, and this is all live today. And then you actually can go in and we walk you through a really easy way. So if you've never created a social media campaign or you're advanced, you can go through a very easy wizard and we either do defaults for you based off our intelligence, or you can click advanced mode and do a targeted demographic targeting. We even allow you to do a lookalike model on your database, which is pretty cool. So you can hit a button and we'll do one of two things depending on which button you hit. You can actually say, I want to target other people in my database like this. So if you want to say, I've got everyone with a luxury tag in my database, I want to now target other people that are similar to my luxury clients in my database. And I can run luxury campaigns, getting a better ROI because I'm targeting people that are like luxury buyers. In addition to that, you can hit another button and only target people that are in your database. So you can get really, really targeted. And that's really important so that you're staying top of mind, building those cultivated, authentic relationships one-to-one.
I'm glad you're on our side. Here's the takeaway. I'll tell you what, if you're not sitting there brimming with curiosity about this, this is your technology. I don't want to sound hokey about it, but if you don't get up and go back to the hotel tonight and then sit down and start ideating about how this should all make you more money, then you missed the entire thing. You heard people yesterday stand up here and tell stories about how they went to a mega camp, then they sat in the hotel lobby of a hotel and created their whole business. Mike Z met his business partner there, and they made a business model. And here's where we are today. You got to go back. You got to start asking yourself, which pieces of command can I put to work today in my business? And the pieces that you're afraid of, the stuff that sounds scary, just start poking around at them. Because the longer you use it, the more comfortable you're going to get. And I'll tell you this, if you're not communicating with your customers this way now, somebody else will, and you're going to lose.
So we're also taking now a few minutes and just walk you guys through what's actually happening in the industry. So we benchmark against all the different portals and consumer experiences. So I thought it would be interesting if you guys saw how some of these other large real estate companies are talking to people out in the world, which most likely would be your database too. And so when you look at Redfin, what they're doing is they've got kind of a hero shot at the top. And the interesting thing that they do, for the most part, is they have kind of a gamification, simple, low friction point barrier of entry. So their kind of campaign is, how much can you afford? Which is a very simple, loose way of getting them into the process. And then below that, to me, I think that's kind of your traditional real estate newsletter. So it's a very kind of a soft, how do we start the process, with a real estate newsletter below that, under a hero shot. And the reason we're sharing this with you guys so that maybe you can see what they're doing and either be inspired by it or figure out how you want to talk to your people in a different way. Zillow is moving into more of a trend concept. So they're actually going to be emailing people out around the trends around real estate decor that they think consumers might be interested in. Here's what's cool. Inside of Designs, because we benchmark against the top real estate companies, you actually have trend campaigns ready to go with a few button clicks. So you can actually log in Designs, pick what's trending in neighborhoods, update it with your trends, and you can be doing this and blasting your people on social media, direct mail, email today as well. In addition, Trulia has a really interesting concept. I'm going to call this the buy choice, right? They have two choices. And the whole idea here is they want to show you two options. And the premise they're showing the consumer here is, oh, I'm about to have fun. I'm about to have to go do something that's completely non-committal. I'm not talking about affordability. I'm not talking about dollars. I'm not talking about inventory. I like this Victorian home or this really modern home. And no matter where I click, I'm going to get into this journey. Again, you can do this right now in about 5 minutes, build a landing page, build a campaign, off you go if this is what you think is interesting. And so now we want to get into, what?
It's just so vitally important. These companies are in the pockets of your consumers now. Like, they're communicating with them now. And if you ask them, they all have different designs on what the future of the residential real estate business is. And here's the thing, they don't get to decide for you what your futures are. You guys get to decide. These tools that we've built are designed to put you back into command. It wasn't just a fancy name.